Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Happy Mind Your Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. We made it to hump day, middle of the week, and I want you to think about a time possibly somebody asked you your opinion on something or asked if you wanted something and you simply replied, it doesn't matter. It just whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure we've all done that at some point in time and really didn't think too much about it. But I want you to think about, what matters and what matters to you and who you matter to. I remember I did a vision board class for a group of teenage girls. They were juniors or seniors in high school some time ago, and as part of the process, I had a mirror for each girl to put on their board, and it was a square mirror. So I had them each individually come up to glue their mirror to the board before I started the whole session. So most of them, I came in and I gave them an option. Where do you want the mirror on your board? Do you want it in the middle? Do you want it on the side, the top, the bottom? Do you want it straight or diagonal? And most of them had a pretty firm, I want it this way or put it that way. So this one young girl came up and I asked her, and her reply was, it doesn't matter, you can put it wherever you want to put it. And I was like, no, where do you want to put it? And she said, I don't care, you can put it wherever you want to put it. It doesn't matter. And I stopped for a minute and I asked her, I was like, no, I said, this is your board, it's not mine. So you tell me where you want me to put it. And I quickly picked up on the fact that she wasn't used to someone asking her opinion about what she wanted. So she had no idea really how to respond to me for something really that simple. So I kind of made her stop and think, where do you want it on your board? And I told her, I said, it does matter. I said, and I want you to decide because it's your board. I said, now if you continue to allow people to make decisions for your life, you'll end up living a life based off of the choices and decisions somebody else made for you. So this may be a little simple, but tell me how you want this mirror. How do you want this on your board? Because it's not mine. And she still struggled for a minute with it, but she pondered for a second and then she just chose a way. She's like, do it this way. And I was like, good. I said, remember, it matters because you matter. And she's like, yes, ma'am. So I go on with the session, and then another point of the class, I get to where I give them options as to how they can actually permanently put the pieces on their boards, right? So I'm going around and I'm offering, tape or glue. And she's probably third to the last person that I go around in the U. And so I get to her and I have, maybe with a glue stick or some tape or some pins or something. And I said, what do you want to use to put your items on your board? And she's like, and she did like this. And she looked at me and then she stopped and she sat back. And she said, tape. And I said, you got it. I was like, it matters, right? And she said, yes, ma'am, it matters. So just in that instant, I think and I pray that from that point on, maybe, she'll think about, decision making choices for herself. And I get everybody's environment is different. There were times where, people may ask me questions when I was younger and, my parent or my grandmother or somebody would just automatically answer for me. Right. And so maybe she just grew up in an environment that, people just immediately answered for her. And she just adjusted to be like, it doesn't matter. Right. And sometimes we've grown up like that. And, I had to make adjustments to, be like, yeah, that matters to me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us have at some point, done that. We may do it on our jobs where we don't raise our hand and speak up in the meeting, because you think nobody's really going to want to know your idea, what you have to say about something, or even something as simple in a relationship. You go into the Mexican restaurant with your significant other all the time, but you really don't like Mexican, but you never told them that mattered to you, right? And then one day y'all get in this huge argument over chips and salsa, because you never mentioned to them that you hate Mexican food, but you would only go. So like even the simple things like that, sometimes we don't realize how we say, oh, it doesn't matter, you decide. It doesn't matter, you decide. But it does matter. It does matter. It matters because you matter. Yeah? So raise your hand in that meeting and say, hey, I want to say something. Excuse me. Be honest with the people that are around you because they won't know unless you tell them, right? Figure out what matters to you and let that matter to you. It matters because you matter. You guys, I hope you have a great and wonderful Wednesday. Keep your mind on your Wednesday. I love you. If you haven't heard it today, I love you. Please like, love, share. I appreciate you guys, checking in with me on Wednesdays. You guys have a great and wonderful day.